When new ideas are presented, especially new business ideas, I think we have a tendency to just want to stick with what's been proven and tried. And I thought I would take just 1 minute and sort of take you on a journey of the last 40 years as I have been growing this business. You might learn just a tidbit of something that would help you. So in the olden days, which they really were, it was nothing. We had product catalogs, but that's about it, and flip charts. And so we would literally invite people to come and watch a presentation. And I am confessing we probably took too long, but people didn't seem to matter then because they loved getting together in homes. And so a lot of education was shared about products and some about business. Early on. Okay. And for myself personally, I'm very sorry that I did not present the business early on. Can't go back and change that now. So I just want to tell you some things that I learned. But even though I wasn't really presenting the business growth happened because as people are introduced to products and they want to earn their products for free. That was the very first business leader, a friend of mine, that she said, tell me what I have to do to get the most of my products free. That's what I'm going to do. And not everybody feels that way, but I wanted to sort of walk you through some things and why we need to be open to change. So besides those little in-home meetings where we had the flip chart, I remember that at lunch, I would invite some friends to come over and I would have a topic that I was going to talk to them about. And it would be like just 1 hour. And I mean, folks would come from their lunch hour because it was only about a 10-minute place to our house. And we had a lady that would make real healthy little sandwiches and snacks. And they would pay, get this, $5 for their sack lunch and come in and just listen to us talk. And frankly, we didn't know a whole lot then, but people were still eager to learn things about the body. So if you fast forward, then we did that for a while, and then I'll have to say that I sort of quit that because there's always new ideas coming in. And I'm not one to say don't go with the new ideas because I think life evolves in many ways. I can remember copying things Barbara Lagoni would teach us, other business leaders, I would call the names that you'd recognize. But my point is, as time went on, I had to change. And through a divorce and a lot of uncomfortable things, had to move to a little cozy house, but still people will come wherever we are or if we offer them information. So I've told some of you about how I chose a little Chinese restaurant and had a little round table. I was very upfront with the brand new contacts I had. I said, come and let's have lunch. It was real reasonable. I think lunch was $6 back then, and it was a lot. And then we would have a topic. And generally, I didn't know well enough about delegating, so I was the one that was teaching. But there was a lot of good customer growth then. And what I thought was funny was the people in the other tables around, they'd be leaning over because we would go on a certain day every week. All right, so that was a way to do it. And then when I moved to Franklin, I remember I didn't really know anybody there and I had to start all over. But someone had the idea of back in the days when we had little product brochures that as a thank you that we would send a person just a little product brochure in an envelope. That meant mailing and stamping. And all we'd say is, thought you might know someone interested in this information. So it was third party, it wasn't about them. And I had people tell me it meant so much that I was touching base with them, even though I was in another state. All right, so even in Tennessee, I think probably there was a lot less organized business. I was having a lot of fun, but my point is our business transitions. I remember meeting Josephine and Ray Dye, and they were gung-ho with their business, going places, bought a travel trailer. I couldn't do that. I was a single mom. I want you to see that our business evolves around our personality, okay? And then was there for a few years. And frankly, I did more having fun than I did building business. But I think in the meantime, still, there were several directors that came into the group. And so, make this speedy, when I moved back to Birmingham in 2012, I lived in a very small apartment. And I don't think I had meetings at all in the apartment because only 2 or 3 and parking was a real mess. but you go with what works. And so I think what was working then was the beginning of social media, just Facebook, nothing else, and building relationships. And it's continued to change. My point is, don't get stuck that something's got to be just one way. The most important thing is listen to people's needs, be friends with them, genuinely care about them, perhaps keep our mouths shut for a time or two as we're learning about them. Above all things, don't come on strong or shackly right at first, unless you have an appointment to really present something. But I just wanted to share with you that it's okay to be changing. That's growth, you know. We don't want to hop around every week, one thing to another. But as the company is presenting new ways to approach, consider it. Possibly it is something that we need to follow the pattern. Don't be so old-fashioned that we think it's got to be the same way it was a long time ago. I tell my husband, you don't drive the same car you did 40 years ago. You don't even wear the same clothes. And life changes and we have to change with it.